Good evening and welcome to round 2 of RLH Season 4 Formula 3. So first time out was last week, of course. We'll be hoping to carry on in good form, and we've already got cars out on track then. So Dark Gamer, who we will ride on board with now, is coming through the first sector, warming the tyres up. We've already got a couple of viewers on the stream, so that's always good to see, and we've got a comment already as well. Yo, so yeah, hello. Thanks for watching, obviously. So who's out on track then? We've got Dark Gamer, as we've seen, very laggy, so I'm not sure what's going on there. See if it's better for anyone else. Bossmots seems to be getting on okay. He's just come out of the pits down into turn 1 in that pink Force India, and we'll try and run through the results from last week while we get up to speed here. So it was a Sauber 1-2 last time out, and we had the Ferrari of Parker rounding out the podium. We've got a couple of new faces this week, and a couple of people who joined the league last week but couldn't attend, so it's debut races for a few of them out there who have we not seen before. Cloudy Blooms we saw a bit of briefly. He's out on an outlap at the moment. Your race winner, as we've said, was Black Mamba, was it? Black Mamba, yeah. So let's see where he is. He's starting a lap. Yes, he is. So down into turn 1 we'll go on board, then down to third gear, flick it down to second for the left-hander, back up to third through the right, and then DRS open as soon as possible. So out of the first sector then, it all slows down from here. You've got a tricky little right-hander, and after that we go into the S's, one of the most enjoyable couple of corners on the F1 calendar, flicking right left, up through the gears, 7th gear now. Will he flick into 8th before the right-hander? Yes he does, and using not quite all of the track available on the left-hand side, but into the stadium section then it all gets tight and twisty here. Into first gear then, back up to second, underneath or through the middle of the grandstand, back through the final corner. Difficult to get on the throttle through here, but he's doing okay. And where's he going to go in terms of the times so far? 3/10 ahead of your early pace setter, Florian. So a good lap there from Black Mamba. And we'll try and pick up a few of the people who are a little later out of the pits. Who's this coming in? This is Pete, so I believe he's coming around to finish his lap. No, he's going to start a lap. So we'll go on board down to turn 1, flat out in 8th gear. Very lonely existence in qualifying down here. Trying to pick the braking point just after the 100 metre board, down into 3rd gear eventually. 4th gear at the apex. He's run a little bit wide. 2nd gear now. Yeah, just not quite getting that hooked up perfect, but he's got through and down towards the 2nd sector. This is a tricky little right-hander. Don't take too much of the curb, it will upset the exit. And up to 4th before back down to 2nd. And again up through the gears. You want to be using all of the track on the right-hand side before the left of the S's once again. You've got to be careful with track limits through there. It's always difficult, and he runs a little bit wide, so I'm not sure whether you'll get away with that. Hopefully he does. And into the final sector, very wide unfortunately. So it's been a scruffy lap from Pete, but I think he did okay last week, so he'll be hoping for a little better than this. Just seeming to get his eye in on this first lap. Comes across the line, P9, so he's at least into the top 10, and he's on hypers as well. That's a detail we need to be looking for. as to who will start on what tyres. Dark Gamer at the moment then has put the he's put a lap in, a decent lap actually, a 15.1 on the ultra soft tyres. Parker's actually he's gone quicker again actually on that lap. 15.9 on the super soft, so that's a very good lap from the Ferrari driver. We've got Spag and Chips here. So, yeah, Florian, season 3B boy. Yes, he was indeed. With Toro Rosso in 3B last season. 3B's now become Formula 2, of course. Florian, who I think left before the end of last season, has rejoined us. He was absent last week, but yeah, good to have him back. Always good to see familiar faces back in RLH. Even with the rebranding and restructure of the leagues we've had this season. But who's not set a lap yet then? We've got a couple of guys out on outlaps. We've got Bossmots in the second sector. Invisible is still going down to the end of sector 1. Man Like Donkey is just coming out of the pits. Timmy the Turtle's actually retired by the look of it. Unfortunately for him, Mr. Herbo, is he going to start a lap or is he finishing one? We'll see if we can get a lap data on. So he's going to finish a lap and he goes 15th, but it's invalidated, was it? Yeah, I think he's invalidated there, unfortunately. So, again, stays down there with no time, but Cloudy Balloons, it's a strange one, of 128 at the moment, so he's clearly messed up that first lap. He goes across the line at 18.5 on Super Softs, but he's done a few laps on those now. So I think he's doing what Spag would call his tactic of going out on the hardest tyres and just putting the laps in, and he'll switch to either the Ultra Soft, probably not the Hyper Soft, towards the end, and hopefully put a decent lap in to put himself up there. So I think he's going to probably have quite a few laps of fuel on board. We've got 9 minutes, well, just under 10 minutes still remaining in the session, so plenty of time to get in and get a fresh set of tyres on. Who's out on track then? Most of them are still in the pits. We've got Alex here, as I believe he's just started a lap in the Haas. So yeah, he's definitely giving it plenty into turn 1, so it looks like he'll be on a lap. And oh, Cloudy Balloons! We don't be able to see it, unfortunately. That's an issue that definitely needs sorting with this game. You need to be able to see what's happened to cars, but Cloudy Balloons, unfortunately, would appear to be out of the race. And I'm just going to take a break for 1 second. Doesn't appear as though we're getting the game audio through, which is strange because nothing's changed since last week. If someone on the stream could tell me if the engine notes are coming through, that would be great. Not sure if that's a glitch with the game, or I can see Philip's on the stream. Philip, if you can tell me if you can hear engine noises or just me babbling. Yeah, if there's any game sound, if you could put a comment in there, that would be appreciated. To try and be sorted out by the start of the race, of course. What from Philip? Philip, can you hear engine noises or just me? Okay, I'm getting a couple of comments through there, thanks guys. Weirdly, I'm going to have to live without it because I have no audio, so that's going to be a little awkward. At least we'll not get the rev glitch. Alright, that's better. Apologies for that. We can actually hear some beautiful engine noises. We'll not go into that topic at the moment. One of great discussion, of course, in modern Formula 1. But who we've got? We've got Man Like Donkey. We missed that one, unfortunately, during the technical issues. But yeah, he's gone to the top in the McLaren on the Hypersofts. So yeah, everyone down to Florian in 4th at the moment is running Hypers. So they're committing themselves to probably a 2-stop. Dark Gamer will be looking to Ultrasoft to Supersoft, providing he doesn't slip too far down the grid. We'll try and find someone on a lap. Florian, is he preparing for a lap, or is he coasting back on low fuel? It would probably appear that he's looking to get back to the pits, so he's definitely pushing the limit on getting every bit of pace out of the car, because yeah, he's in low fuel mode. Parker at the moment is still in P10 on those supers, but it's not really worth it at the moment. He might as well be P11. And P11 at the moment is Callus, who we've also lost somewhere out there. And so we've lost 3 guys during this session. Clyde Williams didn't put in a representative time, it would appear. Tim the Turtle didn't put in a time at all, and Callus is, yeah, as we say, P11 at the moment, but I would imagine he'll probably drop down a little bit. So who can we find that's on a lap? Let's have a look at Philip. We're on board with Philip then through the middle sector, running a little bit wide there. He's currently a solid P7, he's also on the Hypers. Yeah, one of the 8 out of the top 10 on Hypers at the moment, so there's only Dark Gamer and Parker not committed to starting on the Hypers. I'm not sure what Philip's doing there. He's up and down the gearbox, so is he abandoning this lap, or is he on the in lap? So I think we're going to follow Philip into the pits here, unfortunately. No, he's going to go to finish the lap. And goes across with a 17.4, so yeah, not sure quite what's happening there. But he's definitely going for it on this lap, still into turn 1, so I'm going to see a second lap on these Hypers, which is not ideal. They don't go that far at the best of times, so you don't want to be taking them on too many runs around in qualifying. There's a little bit of traffic ahead as he brakes very late actually, and runs a little bit wide, takes a lot of curve, and that, if he keeps any pace up out there, it's going to be an invalidated lap, and he's actually dropped to P8 now, which is unfortunate. So Boss Mox is just going out of the pits. We've got Parker on an out lap on Hypers, so that's... Oh, it's actually, yeah, sorry, missed that one. Parker's not on an out lap, is it? He's gone up to P4 on a 14.7, so it's very tight up at the top. With probably just about time for Parker. Well, he's not giving it that much. I was going to say maybe just time for him to get around again. It's a short lap here in terms of time, so with 2 minutes 20 remaining, probably just about get back, but it doesn't look like he's intending on doing that, unless he's having a recharge lap and going again on the same set of tyres, and that's got a bit tight and invisible there. Very visible on the outside of Parker, so hopefully nobody's blocking each other there, and unfortunately I think probably we're going to follow someone else into the pits again. Yeah, that's great. Florian, is he on that? He's currently on a 14.9, so he's giving it plenty. Looks like we're on a lap. So are we going to finally get a chance to see one of these laps rather than catching the time when they've just been completed? So can the Merc get anywhere near the Oh no, he's lost it through the S's. So clearly running quite a loose setup. He's lost it very early on in the S's as well. So not through the tighter and quicker final S's. He never got that far, unfortunately. That's that blown. Is he going to have enough ERS and enough fuel to go again? Nope, he's into the pits this time as well. So let's watch Black Mamba. I'm going to get someone complete a lap. Got too much echo apparently. Okay, we'll look into that. Right, so Parker, if that's any better, if you can just drop them a note in the stream. Obviously we want to get things in as good a quality for you guys as we can. Still early days, but things will get smoother and smoother every week. At least we've actually been in qualifying with Country this week, which is progress from Canada. But Black Mamba then, out of the final corner, what's he going to manage? Can he go quicker than Man Like Donkey? Yes! He's gone 6/100ths quicker than his previous best, and that's put him just less than half a tenth ahead of Man Like Donkey. And that was on the Ultra Softs as well, so that's a great lap by Black Mamba. And Bossmott's then, is he on that? As Philip retires whilst in P8. Oh, Schmidt in the way there, in the second McLaren. So that's not ideal, and I'm pretty sure Bossmott's was on a lap, he's not anymore. So let's try a few different settings again. It's exactly the same settings as last week, so I have no idea what's going on in this game. Yeah, Philip, I read the first like 4 messages, so that's quality over there. And we've got Black Mamba leading, Man Like Donkey, Bossmott's, Parker, Florian, Dark Gamer, Leprovich, Philip 10, Visible. Right then, so as we load back into the session for what's going to be the race then, the start of the formation lap, if anyone can confirm if anything's any better, and again, yeah, like I say, same settings as last week, which seemed okay, so I've no idea what's happened, but I've tried a few different things, so if anyone can help us out on the comments, hopefully it will be better for the start of the race. Philip's left the session, unfortunately. So Philip will have a backup invite, so we could possibly use that to get back in. It might just have enough time. So on this formation lap, we're going to run you quickly through the standings then. So perfect start for the Alfa Romeo Sauber team last week. We had Black Mamba from Dark Gamer, Parker keeping it an all Ferrari powered podium, and Bossmots in 4th place, Smith for McLaren in 5th, Philip picking up his first points, I believe, in RLH. With 6th place, Mr. Herbo in 7th, Pete in 8th, Tudanel was 9th, and I believe last of the classified finishers. So we had Callus, Cloud of Balloons, Manlight Donkey, Wintermute, Leprovich, and Lurch Day, Lays, and Alex. At the bottom of the standings is a new driver. Guys getting disqualified there from the formation lap, so there's obviously been a bit of contact between Black Mamba and Bossmots, so quite how they managed to get in between Manlight Donkey I'm not sure. So Philip, there should be a backup invite, yeah, if you can't use that I'm not sure. Sent 2 invites out unfortunately. I can't invite as a spectator either, so unless if anyone retires, we'll try and find a decent camera. As 5 lights go out and the F3 Mexican Grand Prix is hopefully underway. Nothing's happening at the moment, but and they're finally away from the grid. So yeah, not sure what happened there, but Black Mamba has not had the best of the starts, and Bossmots and Parker and Manlight Donkey, they're going almost 4 wide into turn 1. Manlight Donkey's dropped back, but Parker then has come from 4th on the grid to take the lead, but Black Mamba fights back through turns 2 and 3. It's getting very tight down there, but I think Parker's away and gone in the lead, and we've got yellow flags down the back, so something's happened there. We've got Timmy the Turtle in 17th place. We've got Dark Gamer's right down the back of the field in 18th. So your 2nd place man in Canada has his work cut out now. So Philip's rejoined as a spectator unfortunately, so yeah, I'm not sure if he's able to take control of his car. Yeah, keep trying Philip. As Parker then comes round into the final sector, he's got Black Mamba, Bossmots, Florian, Manlight Donkey has... Manlight Donkey's round the outside of Florian then, so that's a good move in the middle of the stadium. But can Florian fight back? It's going to be very tight into the final corner. Manlight Donkey, a bit of understeer there as they try and get on the power for the long start-finish straight. Florian's going to have one hell of a tow down here. And he pulls out of the slipstream, so Florian, is he going to get that one done on the brakes? He should do from there, as long as he doesn't lock his brakes and go wide. Oh, there's contact between the pair of them. Oh, that's not ended well. Man like Donkey, has he got front wing damage? I think he's got pretty heavy front wing damage on the left-hand side by the look of it. But he's fighting back on Florian nonetheless. Into turn 4, can he get it stopped? Just about. Florian still going around the outside, but he'll struggle to get around there. We'll get an illegal overtake if he does. So Philip's having trouble selecting himself, unfortunately. But Cloudy Balloons has made massive progress. We're going to have to get the position changes on there. Was it 12 places in 1.5 laps? That's incredible from the Renault driver. As we get some telemetry on, we're going to ride on board with him through the final sector, and we've got yellow flags and Callis is out. So where's that happened? Dark Gamer's been in the pits by the look of it for a new front wing. Struggling with connection by the look of it, I'm sure. I think it was Dark Gamer in qualifying, wasn't it? But it was sort of lagging around all over the place, so yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. But still, what's happened with Callis? We've got yellow flags. Where's he managed to bin it then? Is it on the exit of the S's? I think we've gone past him somewhere, so it's through the S's somewhere. Callis has lost it, but up the front, look, we've got a three-way battle for the lead here. We missed that one. Parker, Black Mamba and Bossmot as we go down to turn 4. What an incredible fight this is going to be. Parker, can he defend from the Ferrari B team of Black Mamba? As we get a 3-second time penalty already, unfortunately, but the top 3 are away and gone. 2 seconds clear of Man Like Donkey at the moment, as Philip, unfortunately, leaves the session. So yeah, unlucky there, Philip, not able to add to the points from last week. It was a solid qualifying again for the Mercedes driver, but he's left Florian on a solo mission for that team, but he's all over the back of Cloudy Balloons, just a 10th in it. As again, Florian getting a little loose, but Cloudy Balloons going defensive into the final sector. Florian, though, he's dropped back a bit there. Yeah, it's a bit of an inventive line, but it's let Cloudy off the hook. But again, this is going to be a slipstream battle down to turn 1. On board with Bossmots, he's the back of the train at the moment, but the DRS, of course, is available. And Black Mamba, is he going to go around the outside of Parker? Can he get it stopped? He can, but oh, now Bossmots is going to attack the Alpha as well. So it's all happening here on the first few laps, and we've not even got what tyres are people on yet, because I think there's some alternate strategies out there. Yeah, Black Mamba on those ultra softs, of course, so he's doing a very good job to stick with these guys on the so-called slower tyre at the moment. He wants to make sure he doesn't take too much out of it by doing so. Dark Gamer on those super soft sets the fastest lap of the race. He's got no traffic whatsoever because he's 17 seconds behind Timmy the Turtle ahead of him. Lurchday then has been in the pits to swap to a brand new set of the Ultra Softs. So I'm not sure if he's had damage somewhere. We've got more yellow flags out there. Is that for Florian? It is. What's happened to the other Mercedes? He's lost it through the S's again by the look of it. I think he had an incident in qualifying through there, didn't he? And that's left Smith in the other McLaren. Oh, we've lost Wintermute now, so we've lost another car. Is that through the S's again? Definitely catching them out tonight. You're on the limit through there, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's dropped it on the exit of the final part of the S's. So we've lost our third car in total then. Philip we lost before the start. So Bossmots, he's still on the back of Black Mamba, but the tyres will start to swing in the Alpha's favour at this stage, but he's going up the inside of Parker anyway. That would have been a brave move that late on, but still stuck behind the Ferrari as we go into the S's, and we've got a comment. So I wonder if that's is that Wintermute on the chat. I believe he was hit by one of the Force Indias, unfortunately, and lost his front wing, which led to his retirement by the looks of things. Black Mamba, though, is still all over the back of Parker, Who's got more ERS? Parker's got plenty of ERS to play with as we come on to the start-finish straight. What's he going to use? He's still using medium. And Black Mamba, sorry, is in overtake mode, so he's going for the outside. Can he make? We've got the Force India of Bossmots as well coming to the inside. That's gonna end in contact, isn't it? It's so close between the pair of them. I think Black Mamba's just about pulled it off, and not even had a chance to catch our breath yet. Oh no! Bossmots has hit the back of Parker. Parker's made contact with the wall as well, so I think he may have damage. But Bossmots is out of the race completely. He's had he's lost the right front corner of that Force India then, so that's one of the 3 out. What damage has Parker got? Yeah, he's got big front wing damage, so that's let Cloudy Balloons through into an incredible second place on lap 6. Where does he come from? He's come 16 places up the field. So unfortunately, we've lost 2 of the top 3 because Parker's going to have to pit. He's got massive, massive understeer in that Ferrari. We've got Smith, is it? No, sorry, Man Like Donkey around the outside, and more drama because Leprovic is in the middle of that now. He must have got out of shape. He's got front wing damage as well, so repairs needed everywhere. So yeah, I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's Wintermute. He's unfortunately off for an early bath tonight. So we've lost Bossmots now then, and we've got the first pitters there. Yeah, for the damage. Yeah, Parker and Man Like Donkey as well. So did we see Man Like Donkey having damage? He's in for a new front wing anyway. So he joins Dark Gamer, Florian and Lurch Day having been into the pits, and it's left Black Mamba out on his own a little bit at the moment as this pit stop takes longer than usual, of course, for the new bodywork. And where's Parker got out in relation to Dark Gamer, who had damage at the start, is behind him. And Ultra Soft's on the Ferrari then, so he'll be pitting again. So lap 7 of 36, and what an incredible race it's been so far. Cloudy Balloons are still going then on those hypers, so we started on the hypers then, despite qualifying outside the top 10. So that was an interesting strategy there. It's certainly not harmed him in the opening few laps. As we were on board with him, and he's well out of shape there, it looks like, so I don't think it'll be too long before we're seeing him in for some new rubber. Parker picks up a penalty as well, so just to add further insult to injury on that one. So, and we're on board the front wing of Cloudy Balloons then. He's 3.8 now behind Black Mamba, and these Hypersofts will almost certainly be past their best by now. So the Ultras are sort of at that peak, and yeah, you can see Cloudy Balloons losing the rear. So, and look at the debris that's left from the Force India and the Ferrari of Parker. Parker lucky to get away with that when he hit the barrier there pretty hard, nose in. And we've got, yeah, that's a battle at the moment, isn't it, between Dark Gamer and Parker. Oh, and we've got oh my, what a time to join the Ferrari on board. And unfortunately we've got another car with the right front corner missing, so that was an incident, I believe, with Dark Gamer, who it looks like now is missing the whole of his front wing. So we've had some pretty questionable driving going on so far. I'm sure there'll be plenty of work for the stewards. So thanks guys for giving me a late night on that one, as he tries going up the inside of Leprovic, but no chance with the whole front wing missing. He'll have, it's going to be so difficult through here, and he's got Man Like Donkey coming through as well. Hopefully the McLaren recognises the situation. Oh, thought he was going to turn in there. That would have been unfortunate to get involved in that, but it's all gone wrong for quite a few people, really, isn't it? As Cloudy Balloons is into the pits. What are they going to put on that? Is he going to go for the supers? In the pits, I assume. And he's coming out on what look like the ultra soft tyres. We'll go on board as soon as we can. Yeah, Ultra's on the Renault then, so he's come out just ahead of the 2 Red Bulls of Leprovic and Tudinal, who are in quite a battle at the moment. Actually, that's That's going to get interesting. Intra-team squabble there. And it looks like Tadano's actually just dropping back, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Dark Game is in the pits for that new front wing, so he's gone to another new... Sorry, he was on the Supers, wasn't he? So he's gone to a set of brand new Ultra Softs, but not the day he was looking for. As Black Mamba, of course, who was your winner last time out, is going to increase his margin quite significantly if he can stay out of trouble up the front. It's certainly looking pretty rosy for the other Alpha at the moment. Invisible has done 9 laps actually on those set of Hypers, so he's very ready for a new set of boots, and he's going to come in to the Toro Rosso box. And what are they going to put on it? It's Ultra Softs on the Toro Rosso as well, so he'll be in again for another set of Ultras in about 26, so about 13, 14 laps of time, I imagine. So he's done well to take the Hypers that far. As Cloudy Balloons on slightly fresher tyres drives past Florian, who's running to the back of him again. So he's had another front wing gone for Mercedes, and we can't quite see how bad the damage is, but Cloudy Balloons there is going through, so I wonder if Cloudy felt he'd done something wrong there. I'm not quite sure. We caught it was a pretty long camera angle, so I didn't get to see exactly what point the Renault braked at, but there's definitely damage on the right front corner of Florian, and it looks like we may just have a chance to catch our breath for a minute. Take stock of what's happening then. So I believe everyone has now pitted. Nope, I'm wrong on that one. So we've got a couple of guys. Black Mamba obviously, of course, out in front, hasn't pitted yet. We've got Alex and Mr. Herbo. Timmy the Turtle is actually in 8th place at the minute and not been through the pit lane yet. So he's doing okay as we get another 3-second penalty, this time for Pete in the Force India, the sole remaining Force India. And Mr. Herbo is now in the pits, so that, and Timmy the Turtle as well, and so that leaves just your top 2 yet to come through pit lane. As Cloudy Balloons, we've seen there taking 3rd place from Leprovic, and the Red Bull out of shape as well, so Florian's going to follow him through. So unfortunately for Leprovic, he's lost 2 positions in 1 there. And so yeah, Alex as well, he's not pitted yet, but he's done a pretty decent job to get up into 2nd place, 12 positions gained, but still Cloudy Balloons, an incredible 15 positions gained after his disastrous qualifying session, where he retired pretty early on. And so Leprovic then, as we get, what beautiful camera angle we've got here through the S's as he follows and gets very close to the back of Florian. Can he get around the outside there? It's going to be... Oh, that's so tight. Just about using all of the track and then some on the exit, but he's through. Man like Donkey is the next man who will be looking at the back of the Mercedes. What are the tyres like on these cars? So far, he's only done 5 laps on those Ultras, and it looks like he's going to try and get back at Leprovic. He's got the DRS. Leprovic goes defensive into the pit lane exit then, but he's left a little bit of a gap, and that is more than a Mercedes-sized gap for Florian to dive up the inside of. But very late on the brakes from Leprovic. Great stuff there, and he's just thrown it round the outside of Florian and lives for another day. But Parker then, unfortunately, after that early retirement, is off. And we have 14 runners remaining then, the last of which at the moment is the other Red Bull of Tadano. And Florian then remains just over half a second, and we finally see Black Mamba into the pits then. He's going to put the Supers on to go to the end, I imagine so. I imagine putting another set of Ultras on, that commits him to a 2-stop. So yeah, an awkward camera angle there, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, the graphic showing super soft turn, so he is going to go to the end and he's going to come out comfortably ahead of the Haas of Alex. So yeah, Black Mamba, if he, as long as he, without giving him commentator's curse, as long as he doesn't throw it off the track somewhere, he's got a pretty easy win here and adding that to his Canada victory is going to put him on a perfect 50 points so far. And so Alex hasn't pitted yet on these ultra softs, so he's taken them a long way. He's managed to stay out of trouble and not have to come in for a front wing like so many of the guys out there. But Cloudy Balloons on those fresher ultra softs is closing in. He's now within DRS range. And we've got Man Like Donkey as well, just 6/10 off Florian, who seems to have had action on every lap so far, that Mercedes. Certainly making the most of being the only Mercedes out there. So still giving the team plenty to look out for. But Cloudy Balloons now then within 2/10 of the Haas. So very close. It's going to be within DRS range, of course, this time through, if it takes him that long to get through. Alex, is he going to be in this time? He's starting to struggle on those what are now going to be 13 lap ultra softs, but Cloudy isn't waiting. He's up the inside into the hairpin in the stadium, and look at the gap he's pulled already to Alex, who's going to have to come in soon, surely, because he's massively slow now on those ultra softs compared to everyone else. We've seen Black Mamba, of course, come in and put the supers on to go to the end. That's what the Haas needs to be doing now, because Leprovic goes through, and these guys are all for position now because they've got one more stop to make as well. Man Like Donkey is through on Florian. That's a move then, isn't it? Full position. Florian back to 6th place in the Mercedes. He's going to fight back there. He's not got the DRS, but still had a decent run on the McLaren. Can't go anywhere with it. And back it out there as well, so you can't be doing that too many times. Send the temperature of those rear tyres through the roof if he keeps doing that. Then plenty of track through the S's and Bosmots. We saw Bosmots out quite early on, of course, so he's now left the session. So we've got Leprovic is actually sticking with Cloudy quite well. He's within DRS range as Florian runs a little bit wide. Alex has got a lot of time now. He needs to come in and put the supers on. He's got to be in this lap, surely. Yeah, he pits then, so that means that's the last guy to make a stop. And it's going to leave Florian to look at all over the back of Man Like Donkey. He's got the DRS open, he's got the run, he needs to get brave on the brakes. He's running out of DRS though. Is that going to make the difference? And yeah, because Man Like Donkey's gone back up the inside, he's got plenty of DRS left, so even though he's lost the position, if he gets a decent exit, which he does, he's going to be all over the back of the Mercedes again, because Florian is going to be clipping on the DRS by the end of the straight, I believe. He's just about managed to keep it ahead of the McLaren. As Dark Gamer, who has recovered to just around about a points paying position, unfortunately picks up a penalty there for corner cutting. So unfortunately there's not much to see of the race leader. He's out by himself, 15 seconds ahead of Cloudy Balloons, who has another stop to make, so this is looking pretty dominant for Black Mamba. And Leprovic just starting to drop back from the Renault now. He's 1.3, so the best fight, or the closest fight on the track at the minute would appear to be Man Like Donkey and Florian. We've got a three-way scrap actually going on further down with Pete, Alex and Dark Gamer, so we'll go to that when we can. In the meantime, Man Like Donkey, what's it like for ERS this time? Florian's managed to save a bit around the lap, and he's not close enough this time. Definitely not as close as it was last time, but Florian's run a little bit wide, and that's going to make him tighten the chicane. And if Man Like Donkey can get a decent run, he's going to be looking to get through into turn 4. And close enough, not quite, but he's thrown it in anyway. That's going to get very tight on the apex of 4. Can he do the switchback out of 5? Not quite. Is he going to send it? No, not quite. That corner tightens up with the double apex very quickly. Easily lose your front one through there. So, yeah. What we got? Nicely. Picks up a penalty there through the S's. So, yeah, taking quite a bit of circuit there, and this is still the closest battle at the moment as they all want to make contact. Florian, is he going to be round? Just about hangs on to the back of his Mercedes. But, what is he on now? He's 10 laps, 11 laps now on that set of ultras, so they're getting close to the end of their life as we're now on lap 17 of 36, so approaching half distance. There's so much happened already, and we've got the same to go again. So plenty of time for stuff to still happen, and we've got Moonlight Donkey still looking at the back of Florian, and is there going to be contact there? No, but he was off the track, so I don't know if he's managed to get away with it. But Invisible now is ahead of Florian as well, so this has become a three-way battle all of a sudden. So the Toro Rosso has closed in quite a lot over the last couple of laps then, as Dark Gamer and Pete are going at it. Oh, and Pete's round in the Force India, lighting up the rear tyres. They're only, no, they're 10 laps old, so I don't think he'll have got to the end on them, but he's just put plenty of heat into the rear tyres, spinning them up like that. So was there contact between Dark Gamer and Pete? As we said earlier, it's probably going to be a busy night for the stewards, unfortunately. We've seen a lot of wheel-to-wheel action, a lot of contact as well, and with the high speed to the straights around here, it doesn't take much contact, as we've seen, to put people into the wall. So Pete, I'm not sure if we'll have to pit for a new set of tyres after that, but let's see what we've got. Got Invisible on the back of Moonlight Donkey now then, and goes to the inside. We can't see much on this view, but is he going to be able to make it stick? He's gone massively deep, so he'll tighten the left-hander up, just about gets away with it. Moonlight Donkey almost making contact. I think there was a little bit of contact as he got out of shape on the power, but now he's the one. No, he's not the one with the DRS. Invisible's still got the DRS then. Just the one detection point. As there's contact. Oh, and he's going to go around, is he? No, he's going to collect Florian. So there's front wings everywhere once again. So Moonlight Donkey, I think, I'm pretty sure, has got through another nose on that McLaren. Florian as well, he's got through a couple now, I believe. And yeah, Invisible, I'm pretty sure all three of these ended up with damage from that combination of errors and misjudgments. So yeah, there's plenty of carbon fibre all over the track at the moment, and this still is going on. Even if they're coming back to the pits, they're not going to stop battling. Moonlight Donkey, despite the damage, has pulled out a 3.7 second lead. So is either of them going to pit? Invisible continues. Florian's in for, well, he's in for tyres anyway by the look of it, after nearly 13 laps on those tyres. So is he going to change the nose as well? Yeah, front wing coming off, a new one going on once again, and Super's going on that, so he'll make it to the end with those. And what have we've got Lurch Day approaching on fresh Supers onto the back of Timmy the Turtle in the sole remaining Ferrari. We just try and catch our breath then, and we'll come back to the view that Lurch Day is all over the back of the Ferrari then. So Timmy's been on those ultras for 8 laps now. These fresh Supers, of course, have got plenty of life left in them, and he's going to make, I imagine, I was about to say pretty textbook move, but it got a little bit tight on the grass at one point as Dark Gamer picks up the penalty. So unfortunately, I believe these results are going to be subject to quite a few penalties from what we've managed to pick up. I'll not bother going through the race directly because I think there's too many to even try and calculate. But one thing we can be sure of is that Black Mamba is safe from pretty much any penalties up the front. And of course, we're going to see Cloudy Balloons probably in again in a couple of laps, as this is Florian after that front wing change and new tyres. He's all over the back of Pete, and this, I'm pretty sure, this time, surely for Florian, he can stay out of trouble on this one. He's through well before the braking zone, pulls back ahead of the Force India, gets it in on the brakes. Yeah, he's got that move done, and should, on those tyres, start to pull away from the Force India. Should have plenty of pace in those. So where are the battles emerging at the moment in terms of strategy and track position? We'll go and have a look at our race leader while we assess the situation then, and he's just lapped the Williams, is that, of Mr. Herbo, by the looks of things. Yes it is. So it's a pretty quiet afternoon for the Sauber driver. He'll like it, of course, as Pete's retired. Excuse me, is that another one that's going to fall foul to the S's? Oh, he lost it a long way down the straight there, so yeah, he's travelled a long way with no wheel there by the looks of it. As yeah, you get a better view there, unfortunately. So the Force Indias, one's knocked the right front off and the other's lost the left front now. But as we were saying, so Black Mamba, yeah, nice boring afternoon for him. He'll take those all season long. He's definitely, other than the first few laps, he's not had to, since the contact between Parker and Bosmots, he's not had to fight for this one anywhere near as much as he did in Canada, but still take nothing away from him. He's been dominant. He's stayed out of trouble when most haven't, and we've got more yellow flags as we say that. So as Cloudy Balloons crucially picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so he's going to put on hypers for 14 laps. Okay, I thought that would be a pretty textbook strategy, unless he's running out of tyres somehow. He's yeah, really out of the teams put him on a set of tyres he wasn't expecting. That's going to be interesting. I don't think it's possible to get to the end. Well, we've seen the Ultras doing just about 12 or 13 laps, so I think getting to the end on those hypers, unless he's trying some sort of strange strategy where he'll come in for another set of hypers. That's assuming these are fresh, of course, as well. Probably been used in qualifying, or no, he retired pretty early on, didn't he? So yeah, they will be fresh. I wonder if that's because he's not got a set of supers because he used them in qualifying. Yeah, not 100% certain, but as we said, pretty strange strategy. Let's have a look then, as the gaps are pretty spread out at the minute. Let's try and have a look at people we've not seen too much of today. We've got Mr. Herbo. Unfortunately for him, in a pretty lonely race. He's got 5 seconds up to Timmy the Turtle. That could be a target for him actually. In fact, Timmy's going to have to pit again, isn't he? Close with Mr. Herbo. He's going to quite a few laps on those Ultras by the end. So yeah, he'll probably have to be in again as well. The Red Bull of today, as he picks up a 3-second penalty. He's done 12 laps on that set of supers, so he should be okay, but unfortunately looking like he's racing for any points, as Dark Gamer's got ahead of Invisible, who pits for another set of Ultras, so that's him done to the end. So we're getting to the point where a lot of guys are finished in the pits for the day, providing we don't see any damage, which, judging by how this race has gone, is still a very real possibility. So in terms of the championship, then we've lost. Sorry, Dark Game was actually coming back up through the field, isn't he? So we've lost the guy who was 3rd and 4th, was Bottomos, wasn't he, last week? So we've lost both of those. But if Dark Game can keep this up, it's going to be a very good recovery and another good weekend, well, evening, sorry, for the Alpha team. Perfect score last time out, and if Dark Game can get anywhere near any series points today, albeit with another stop to make, then we could be seeing those Alphas pull an early advantage in the championship. will be one that could turn out to be quite hard to pull back in. These guys are looking pretty good, pretty solid pairing. Certainly we've not seen a stronger pairing stand out in the first two races. Again, there's a couple of yellow flags going on. Man Like Donkey has done fairly well to, despite all the damage, still be running in second place at the moment. I think he's still running with some front wing damage from Florian, isn't he? Yeah, the left front doesn't look too healthy. I think he's missing a few bits from the top surfaces there, but he's managing to handle it fairly well. He's got cloudy balloons approaching pretty quickly on those hypers, so I'm not sure if the Renault, unfortunately, there's no point for fastest lap in season 4 of RLH, so it's got that at the moment, and running on those hypers at this stage of the race, I'd be surprised if anyone managed to beat it. As Man Like Donkey comes into the pit, what's he going to put on? I imagine it's probably going to be the Ultras if he's got some left. So what are we seeing going on? They are, yeah, Ultra Softs, and according to the graphic there, they look to be brand new. So it should do him fairly well until the end of the race. He should have some good grip on those. Comes out, where's he come out then? Yes, he's a few seconds ahead of Invisible, just a couple of seconds behind Florian. So those two could find each other on track once again, and Florian actually is only just behind Alex in the Haas, who's now done 10 laps on his super soft tyres. Florian 6 on those. Man Like Donkey though, on those fresh Ultras, is definitely going to get involved in this fight before too long. So we could have another three-way scrap, and they've not ended well at all when we've had them in this Grand Prix, unfortunately. Lasted for probably a couple of laps at most. As Florian still giving it plenty through the S's, that he's had a couple of tail-happy moments already. As Man Like Donkey picks up another penalty, he's had a few of them come through the S's as well in this race. Florian, yeah, picks up a penalty for that one. So some pretty adventurous interpretations of track limits going on in this race, as Florian gets a good run out of the final corner. He's squeezing the Haas, not leaving him any room, and he's pulled back to the middle of the track now, but certainly aggressive in terms of track limits and leaving rivals room. He's a very aggressive little driver is Florian, but he's come out on top. And Alex now has the McLaren of Man Like Donkey to deal with. I don't think it's going to be much competition, unfortunately. Fresh Ultras versus used Supers. It's going to be a done deal through turn 4, and he gets off after Florian then. So it didn't cost him too much time behind the Haas, who will now be looking to defend from Invisible, who is going to be behind him very soon, 4 seconds behind on fresh Ultras. As we see Mr. Herbo and Danel, and that's because the Red Bull's in the pits for a set of the super soft tyres. And Invisible's picked up a penalty as well, so yeah, we've still seen plenty of penalties even at this stage of the race. And Cloudy Balloons then has done 5 laps on those hypers. He's actually closing the gap quite significantly to Black Mamba. But his tyres, there's no way they're going to go to the end, so unfortunately I think it's all effort in vain for Cloudy. He may even struggle to stay out of Lekovic towards the end, as Man Like Donkey has got the move done straight away. This time into turn 1, we missed that unfortunately, but Florian doesn't look like he's got anything to fight back with, so Man Like Donkey this time gets through without any damage. And what can he possibly achieve? I suppose if Cloudy has to pit again, possible that Man Like Donkey could be looking at a podium. That's definitely the one to watch in terms of the the top positions. As yeah, Cloudy pits after just 5 laps or 6 laps on those hypers. What's he going to put on? Because he's got more than that to go. So if they're finished, he's not going to get to the end on another set of hypers. What's it going to be? Ultras? He's got a 5-second penalty by the looks of things. That's going to cost him even more time. Fresh ultras go on. But that penalty could just sway it away from him. Man like Donkey, where's he going to be? He's going to come out. That's going to be very tight as Cloudy Balloons leaves the pits. Yep, Man like Donkey takes the position. But Cloudy is going to have 3 lap fresher tyres, but he's got Florian just behind him as well. I think he's just about cleared the Mercedes, and with those fresh tyres, shouldn't have to worry about him too much. So Leprovic is in a pretty comfortable second place at the moment, then, and he's 19 seconds clear of Man Like Donkey. So even with brand new tyres, Cloudy shouldn't be closing that one in. So I think we've got first and second pretty much signed, sealed and delivered here. Battle very much on for the final podium position, and for either of them it would be their first RLH podium, because we saw, of course, Black Mamba on the podium last time, well, winning last time out as well, and Parker and Dark Gamer as well. As Cloudy has made the move pretty early on, and yeah, didn't need it. The DRS didn't need any assistance. He's done it into the final sector, and already working on building a gap to make sure that he's not vulnerable to that DRS. So unfortunately for the McLaren driver, looks like he just does not have the pace to live with Cloudy on those fresh ultras. And Florian's not exactly being dropped, is he? 1.5 behind, with we've got about 7 or 8 laps remaining. So who knows? It could become a battle again between the McLaren and the Mercedes. Other than that, it's just starting to settle down a bit. Alex is 1.8 off Invisible, but has older tyres. Dark Gamer could be looking, he's just picked up another penalty, but could be looking at getting 7th position on track at least, with Alex on those 14 lap old supers. It's been a difficult race for Dark Gamer, really, hasn't it? He was involved obviously in some sort of first lap incident, lost the front wing, had to pit early on, and he's made a decent recovery. But unfortunately, I think we've seen his name on screen for a track limits quite a few times. So depending on what others have managed to pick up, he may lose a couple of positions. As he, again, I think he'll pick up a warning for that. So yeah, track limits are optional here in Mexico, it appears. Schmidt, he's had a fairly quiet afternoon. We've not seen too much of him. He's in 9th at the moment, picking up a couple of points. Birch Day in the other Renault. At the moment he's on for the final point. There is a couple of reserves, I believe, tonight. So one of them's Timmy the Turtle, who was the other one? I'm not sure. Was it Invisible? Yeah, it could be Invisible actually. So Mr. Herbo could actually be on for a point as it stands, which at least would make his day a bit better than finishing 11th. It's be nice for the person that has to finish there, just missing out on the points. But as we're on about 31 now, 36. The first 3 positions look set as Leprovic picks up a 3-second penalty, but it's got a 17-second gap to Cloudy, so shouldn't make too much difference. As Lurchday picks up a penalty himself, which could be critical in a battle with Schmidt. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Was that 2 down or off? No, is that Leprovic? Leprovic has had a moment somewhere. He's now behind Timmy. I hope that's not been a sort of Verstappen and Ocon situation. with a back marker getting in the way of one of the leaders. It's cost him a lot of time though, and we were just saying that he wouldn't have to worry about the penalty costing him against Cloudy. Well, that's cost him, what's that incident there, cost him about 10 seconds pretty much. So it's definitely put Cloudy within range, and the Renault is on 5-lap younger tyres as well, and seeing the gap come down like that will certainly motivate him to get back on the limit for the final few laps. He's now just 6.5, and Leprovic just can't get back on the pace as it stands. Oh no, we've lost the Haas of Alex. It's another casualty from the S's by the looks of things. Or is it Nose? Maybe as far as the stadium. Oh, he's gone straight on into the stadium. That's an unusual one to end up sort of missing your braking by so far. But unfortunately, he joins the list of retirements then. And Mr. Herbo is going to move up to 10th. Timmy the Turtle into P11. And Tadano still your runner, your last of the runners at the moment. And 13th. He'll become P12 of course when he gets round to Alex. And yeah, commenting there, I assume that's Alex, went straight into the wall. Yep, it's unfortunate. But even the smallest mistake bites you, unfortunately. As Black Mamba, he's made no mistakes this evening. 27.7 seconds clear of Leprovic, who is just about starting to peg the gap. No, he's just lost another half second there. And so Alex was looking at a car behind by the looks of things, so he's been caught out on that one. But Leprovic now only 4.3 behind Cloudy. He's really got the pit between his teeth. And Leprovic on 10 lap old Ultrasofts as well will just about be starting to have seen the best of them. I think Cloudy could be on for second place here, which given he started in 18th is pretty impressive. He's kept himself out of trouble to an extent. And now just 2.6, so he's taking over 2 seconds a lap out of Leprovic, who just hasn't been able to get the pace going again since that spin or incident, whatever happened at the end of sector 1 a couple of laps ago. But to be fair, he's only lost about 3 seconds since that to Black Mamba, so it's not necessarily that Leprovic is slow, it's that Cloudy's on those fresher tyres running quite a bit quicker than anyone it seems at the moment. I think Cloudy's pretty much the fastest man on the track. And it's probably, apart from Dark Gamer who's just about closing on Invisible, this is looking like it's going to be the closest battle to the flag. And Dark Gamer all of a sudden actually has taken quite a bit of time out of Invisible, so I wonder if the Toro Rosso struggled to get on the power, had a bit of a moment possibly through the final corner. And Dark Gamer now can see 6th place just up the road. There's definitely a chance for that in the final 3 laps. But Black Mamba, his teammate, is almost ready to start another lap, and so he starts his penultimate lap. 2 to go then before the checkered flag, and he's just got to cruise home from here. He'll bring it home on those tyres easily. He's got more than enough fuel, no flashing light yet, so he's okay on that as well. Yep, just bring it home. And Leprovic definitely doesn't have that luxury, because he's now only 1.5 ahead of Cloudy, who's probably, and Invisible gets a penalty, so yeah, he's gone across the S's by the looks of things, but he's under pressure from Dark Gamer anyway. Florian is just down the road. Well, Dark Gamer doesn't want to be losing his front wing again. Definitely not at this stage of the race. Tadano picks up a 3-second penalty down the back. But Dark Gamer, I'm sure he's going to get this move done on Invisible. He's going to get the DRS. And surely we'll just breeze past in a straight line. He's got a load of... Toros has got plenty of ERS left, but can't fight back. Dark Gamer, as long as he can get it stopped and doesn't do anything silly, he's going to have that move done. And he's got 4.6 to Florian. Oh, he's a little bit wide back end out, but I think he's going to be pretty safe there. But Cloudy Balloons, oh, he's got the back end out through the S's there. Cloudy's all over the back of Leprovic as Black Mamba has already started his final lap. So Leprovic is going to be vulnerable to the DRS at the start of the final lap then. This is going to be so tight to the flag between these two. Does Leprovic have any ERS? He's in 0 ERS as he desperately tries to get some back, some charge into the system before the final time. We're going down the start finish straight. We've got yellow flags, not sure what that was for, but we're only looking in one place at the moment because Cloudy is all over the back of the Red Bull. He's gone defensive. Leprovic is stuck to the inside line. He's not going to let Cloudy have it the easy way. Oh, they almost touch, but Cloudy, can he get on the brakes and send it round? Yes, he can. That's the move done, and Cloudy should now take that until the checkered flag. Leprovic can't fight back down into 4. He's not got enough ERS left, and his tyres are just about finished, unfortunately. So just seeing a little bit of action on the final lap then, just to get us going one more time. But Black Mamba is coming already through the stadium. He's got Lurch Day just ahead of him, but it's another dominant performance by the Alfa Romeo, and Black Mamba wins the Mexican Grand Prix. A perfect score from the first 2 races for him, and a 30-second wait now for Cloudy Balloons in the Renault. It's been a good day for him. He's managed to salvage 2nd place, and oh no, we've still got action as Leprovic sends one up the inside. So he did try and come back. He's not managed to pull it off though, but giving the fans some last minute action. Cloudy, as long as he can get on the throttle cleanly, is going to come through. He takes 2nd place, and we've lost Invisible on the final lap, unfortunately. Leprovic comes through in 3rd. I'm sure there'll be words said about that final lap lunge, but yeah, so that stays the same even with the penalties. Man Like Donkey is across the line in 4th. Florian in 5th. Where's Dark Gamer going to come across? So he stays 6th. So at the minute the penalties have evened themselves out. Where did Invisible drop it? It looks like, yeah, through the S's as well. Schmidt then through under the grandstand one more time. He's going to come through the final corner to pick up a solid 7th place. A decent day for McLaren, 4th and 7th. And Lurch Day is going to be your last man, sorry, just ahead of Black Mamba to cross the line. All the rest are lapped runners, and we're going to see then if we can possibly get your top 3 in for a bit of an interview. So if you've finished in the top 3, please await an invite. Black Mamba on the top step of the podium once again as he sprays the champagne along with Cloudy Balloons and Leprovic. So that's been an action-packed Mexican Grand Prix as we see the guys posing for the cameras on the top step of the podium. Wow, what a race. Just about catching our breath. So we see Black Mamba, Cloudy Balloons, Leprovic, Man Like Donkey, Florian, Dark Gamer, Schmidt, Lurch Day, and Invisible was classified as 9th, even though he binned it on the final lap. Mr. Herbo picks up 10th place. Tudanel was the last of your finishers. Unfortunately for the rest of them, had incidents and DNFs, so we need to be looking for Black Mamba, Cloudy, and Leprovic. And as we come in there, I think we've, if you can hear me, I think we've lost Leprovic. And we've got Cloudy in here then. So I've not tried interviews on this mic before. I think I'm probably going to have to switch mic. So if you bear with me 1 second.